Get ready for the most glamorous event of the year, the U2B Streets Awards 2025, February 9, 2025, at Laven Midtown, located at 641 West 42nd Street, New York City. Join us at 12 p.m. for the pre-show red carpet extravaganza and a chance to win $500 in our fashion contest. From 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., enjoy the gold tier experience with speakeasy confessionals, press interviews, and premium cocktails. At 4 p.m., the platinum tier includes performances, a comedic host, an award ceremony, dinner, and gift bags. From 8 p.m., the diamond tier features a VIP after party with a DJ, aerial dance, fire performances, and gift bags. 24 YouTube categories and many nominees. Can't attend in person? Stream the entire event live on Hush and Move Media via Uscreen for just $9.99. Get your early bird tickets before September 15, 2024. Visit now. Be a sponsor. Be extraordinary. Be there. Be great.
Okay. Welcome back to another video with We-On-Loc Nation, aka the Lock Sector. This has been boiling and brewing in my mind for a long time now because of the simple fact that I particularly like this brother that I'm going to be blasting, because quite frankly, I'm sick and tired. Okay. No, Lisa, if you don't feel well, I'll be fine. I'll definitely be fine, because this is not going to take very long. I'm pretty much tired of all the bashing, but then again, what comes with fame comes with consequences and stuff like that. I don't even know how to say it. I just don't know how to frame it. But I do know with what comes with a person's dream might become a nightmare. And who am I speaking of? I am speaking of a gentleman named Information Man. Now, Information Man has been doing a lot of content on a lot of things, a lot of people, and I do appreciate his work ethic. As a matter of fact, we agree upon a lot of things. However, when it comes to this subject, when it comes to this particular person that obviously everyone loves to hate, is Dr. Umar Ifatunde. Now, when he does content on Dr. Ifatunde, he is very set and vicious, but I don't know if I don't know where. How do I frame this? Okay, let's just say you have a particular issue with this brother Umar, and I've known people who have done multiple videos on him, and then I've known people for doing one or two videos and say, I can't even rock with this bro, right? I got better things to do. He's the type of person, Information Man, who would do a video on Dr. Umar and proclaim a whole bunch of nonsense that I would think two human beings, if time were present, he would talk to on the phone. because correct me if I'm wrong, he he did like Umar at some point. I don't know. He did like Umar at some point. But then afterwards, I guess things weren't working fast enough, just like every other black American here in the United States of America. If things ain't working fast enough, if you ain't working with white money, if you ain't for government, then what are you doing? Right? In a sense, Umar's not working with government. Since Umar's not working with white money, and white money, you know what I mean, then what are we doing? We should be having the school up and running. You're not invited. So why would you care? He's scamming the people. How's he scamming? People often put words and they choke on these specific words each and every time. Either I'm transparent or somebody else is transparent. They end up putting words in their mouth and just choking on their own fucking words. Trying not to curse as much. With information, man, like I said, I respectfully disagree with most of the things that he's talked about in this particular clip that I'm going to play. And I mean, the mocking and the name calling, I get it. I get it. You know who you work for. I mean, you work for a man who's not only hypocritical but is a dick rider, and he's been dick riding Umar for at least what 19 years now, and that's your boy Lemonhead, Lemon Honor. No one respects this cat. No one respects what he says or what he does. But this is his claim to fame. This is his claim to fame. And I don't believe information man needs that type of fame. I mean, he can do bad all by himself. It's just we agreed to disagree on this. Now I'm gonna go point for point, clip for clip on this. And people often ask, what does Umar do? What he doesn't care for the people. He doesn't do anything for the people. Why don't you do this? This is. I know this is election year. I know this is election year, and you're Democrat, and you want people to vote for Kamala. I get it. I get it. I get it. I totally understand. I understand that you want brothers like this to just shut up and vote democratically. He's not a Democrat nor a Republican. The problem that we have is we don't have patience. We don't have patience. Well, it's been 5 years. You think that with the money that he had saved up and the money that's been deducted, you obviously think that it's going to take less than what, a year, two, maybe three to open up a school by yourself? That's unrealistic, sir. Sir, that's unrealistic. Even Yvette Cornell, which I respect as a lady, but when it comes to that Adolf stuff, I can just set over there. I don't even bother with those people. She even said it takes up to 5 to 6 years, right, to even open up the school. You want him to open up the school rapidly with Bank of America, I don't know, Wells Fargo. Look at all the Chase Bank. Look at all these particular banks who are these banks owned by? And don't give me black banks either. We got plenty of black banks than Dr. And most of those banks are being foreclosed on. The only thing left standing is One United, and One United has a bad rating. I wonder why. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on, but maybe Killer Mike can shed some light on this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any connections to him. But I do know that he has accomplished something on his own that many have not accomplished without white money. Without white money. So I don't know what else you want him to do. I mean, there's nothing wrong with picking up the phone and calling the brother and asking him what do you need? I mean, he's done most of the work. And to be perfectly frank with you, I could care less where he lives. I'm not in his personal life. I don't care who he sees. I'm not in his personal life. Y'all need to cut that shit out with the personal homonym attack homonyms and all that other shit. Y'all really need to cut that out. Because quite frankly, that's kind of childish, especially with this sloppy boy in Lemonana going to talk about the man's father as if he knew him. Jamal Johnson. You don't know shit about Jamal. You've spoken with Jamal. I've spoken with Jamal. And again, he doesn't know you, but he would rather have a particular conversation with a person like me because I'm not attacking him head on. I'm not attacking him based on what his son does. The one thing I am doing, though, is I'm asking questions and I'm saying, what can we do to strengthen this? What can we do to help this brother, cross the finish line? Because quite frankly, for all the work that he has done, I mean, he's not a carpenter. He's not an electrician. He's not an electrician. He's not a HVAC person. He's not an HVAC specialist. He's a teacher, but don't quote me on that. I know his specialty, but I end up saying the wrong thing, and then I'll get deemed for it. So, a school psychologist. Let's just call it that. And he has worked with kids. He has worked with young adults. So when all these cowards out here start asking the same stupid ass questions about what does Dr. Umar do for the people, let's look real quick about what he has done recently for his people.
Guess what? A lot of you end up in special ed, not because you got a learning disability, but because you have a lazy disability. Most of you don't need no IEP, incarceration, education, preparation. What you need is to work harder, because if you cannot read on your grade level, and if you graduate from high school not reading on your grade level, there's a 75% chance you'll spend some of your time in prison if you are a young man. It is a 75% chance you'll spend your life in poverty if you are a young woman. And guess what? With the tests that I give y'all, these IQ tests, these reading tests, these math tests, these comprehension tests, you know why we score low on them? Because we don't have the working vocabulary to understand the words so we can understand the question and answer it correctly.
Okay, that's just one. That's just one thing. When they say that Umar doesn't help the people out, that's just one.
The child, well, all you got to do is get up and take a bath and eat and have fun and go to school. But once you get through high school next year, Now you got to pay bills, gas bill and water bill and cell phone insurance. And one day you're going to get married and have children, and you got to pay for their education and pay for their protection. Life is responsibility. And the only way you're going to have a comfortable life is if you prepare yourself economically for those responsibilities. What is minimum wage in South Africa? Minimum wage.
3,000 rand.
3,000 rand per
month.
3,000 rand per month. You cannot live off of that.
Yeah.
3,000 rand per month is nothing. In America, minimum wage is $8.75 an hour. How are you going to pay your rent, pay your car, feed yourself, feed your children, take care of your wife, take care of your husband, keep a roof over your head on 3,000 rand a month? You can't. That means what? Get ready for the university. Get ready for trade school. Get ready for business school. You got to get ready, but some of you are sabotaging your future.
That's another. Now I can go on and on and on. And oh, did I not forget about the conferences that he does on Tuesdays? Did I not forget about the conferences that he does on Tuesdays every 6 a.m. for free? Every 6 a.m. every Tuesday, every 6 a.m. for free. When you well, you didn't proclaim this, but crackhead Charleston White proclaimed that he keeps begging for money. I don't beg for money. And as soon as you got out of prison, you started begging for money, nigga. Stop it. But anyway, we all know that Umar's not everybody's cup of tea. We understand that. We understand that people don't like it when they ask questions about certain topics, when it comes to certain topics and certain things and certain horizontal issues that happen here in the United States of America when it comes to the Black community. Most of you don't like his answer. There are those who do, and those who do ideologically support not necessarily him, but support the answer that he provides. And it's either you go with his answer, or you don't go with his answer, or you do like what he said when he stresses out mostly that I don't want you to do based on what I take. I want you to do your research. Dr. Claude Anderson often says the same thing. I don't want you to go on based on what I say. I want you to do your damn research. And most of us, do we do our research? Hell no. Hell no. There's only handfuls of you. But we have no problem doxing now, do we? No. We had no problem doxing Dr. Umar. As a matter of fact, why don't we ever discuss how in the Umar sector and how in the AFW sector, how you people love to dox certain people whenever you get upset. I don't want to mention any names, but isn't there a woman beater in the Umar sector? Just wondering. But we don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about a person who is actually doing something for his people and wants to see that school up and running. But what else can he do? If they say no, we can't do it based on X, Y, and Z, what the hell is he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? Everybody wants to be transparent. Were you transparent with them white folks? Like this fool over here. Let me read his stupid ass comment. Looking like a gay ass Samuel L. Jackson. The Don Samuels. Why do you follow this wannabe Umar, a straight scammer artist? Again, what is he scamming? Especially with this school. He is full of crap. He reminds me of Preacher in the movie Cotton. I've never seen it. Cotton Comes to Harlem. I've never seen that movie. And that was a stupid ass statement. But I often say, come on, come on. Come on, come on doesn't bother me because none of y'all deserve anything anyway. So why do I care? Why do I give a F about if he opens up the school or not? I don't anymore. I do not anymore because none of you Negroes have done anything other than pay $5 funky ass dollars. You're going to pay $5 funky ass dollars to Dr. Umar and expect, okay, now go open up the school. Screw you. Hey, fam. But let's go ahead and get into this video. And I'll promise, well, I'm not going to promise shit. I'm just going to promise how to keep my temper. Let's go a little bit further back. Let's do it.
Would approve.
Starting today, anyone can monetize with ads as part of the all-new Beehive ad network.
This school to open up. He's been using the school as a simple way to grift on Black people. He's been doing it for years. And you have Black women. There are Black women out here who are getting sick and tired of waiting on a school. As you see this Black woman right here. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired because Black women overall have been Umar Johnson's biggest supporters. And I want to thank whoever gave me a Cash App. I appreciate that. In this broadcast tonight, Lisa Jackson, thank you for the $10 super chat. This area was due to be revamped. This was an area that has bad environmental issues that they were going to have to clean up. And Umar Johnson is actually impacting this community because they could have something workable with this building that you see right here. This originally was the Moyer Academy, and I'm going to give you some details about how, from start to finish, how this whole school situation that Umar Johnson has been using on Black people for years now so that he can grift money by using guilt on guilting Black people to give him money. And then
you sound just like Lemon Honor. You and Lemon Honor have the same script. I just know. But he is right about this, who owned the school before Umar. He is right about that.
The name of that he's going to somehow build something for Black boys. He's been using that scam for years while grifting money out of Black people, constantly saying, hit the Cash App, hit the Cash Up chat. There's been a lot of people like myself who have donated to Dr. Umar Johnson over the years.
Yeah, $5. Let's continue.
And there is still no school. There are mothers, young women like this who have been waiting to enroll their sons in this school, and now their sons are damn near grown men because Umar
Brother, you act and sound as if Umar's been doing this for 10, 20 years. Stop it. And now they're grown men. Who thinks that? Who the hell thinks that? And that ain't nothing but a woman that you probably nothing but something that you probably screenshotted from a freaking commercial. Knock it off.
Johnson has not taken this task serious. It's really a shame. This man claims to be a school psychologist, that he has experience being a school principal, but yet can you tell me anywhere on this God's green earth, where have you seen Umar Johnson in a school teaching kids as a principal? Where is the documentation of that? Where is the visualization of that? Where is it at? I'll wait.
Call Jamal his father. I think he would tell you, he wouldn't tell you a lie. Call his father. His father would tell you.
We do know that Dr. Umar Johnson worked in a school, a private school in Philadelphia, where he was not technically a certified school psychologist. He was evaluating IEPs for kids, and he tried to griff off of that by convincing the parents,
oh God,
that he could evaluate, he could find a way to show that the IEPs were not good for these black youngsters, so that he could griff off of their emotional stress over it by trying to devalidate or not.
Are you talking about the psychotropic drugs that they're trying to give young kids? The same drugs that they tried to give a person like me, who was in the special education system for most of the years I've been in school? You're talking about that, right? How it's unhealthy to take psychotropic drugs. Are you specifically talking about that, right? Interesting.
Validate the evaluations in terms of IEPs for kids. And so he misdiagnosed, misevaluated, just so he...
slander. Watch your words. That's slanderous now. He can sue you for that.
Could get the bag. And he was shown the door from the private... This man has never worked in any public schools, but he worked for a private school, and they sent him away with his bags packed and his boxes filled up with his belongings and shown the door. Black Anonymous knows all about this history in the chat room. B1 for life. Alicia, thank you for being...
Which they're all from the AFW sector. Let's continue.
Being here. X Freeman, thank you for being here. I'm here to tell you that he's been running this game for a long time. You will often see Dr. Umar Johnson on various podcasts throughout YouTube. And you ask yourself, he says a lot of things when he's on these podcasts. He says things that make sense. He says things that get to your spirit emotionally. He's able to break down the things that black men and black women go through in this society, the racism, the white supremacy. He's able to call out the celebrities, the politicians. He says a lot of things that make you think and make you say, Dr. Umar Johnson has made some good points. But as much as Dr. Umar Johnson runs his mouth about what's happening to Black America and what's happening in pop culture, what's happening with rappers, while he can wax poetically about the battle between Drake and Kendrick Lamar, and he can set up on his pulpit on social media and tell you and me about how black men have to stay away from snow bunnies and things of that nature, and how he wants black women not to wear their hair natural, no weaves, no blonde hair, even though he got...
Funny, are you indicating something to us that you are with the snow bunny? I don't know. Interesting.
Caught with a stripper some years ago who had blonde hair. Although he will tell you that he cares so much about our youth that he wants to build a school, right? Like you see here, school. He wants to build a school for black boys which sounds good. It gets at the heartstrings of our emotions because we do want to see more academies, more schools for Black boys and Black girls, because we know that the educational system in this country is there.
Before I go further, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Uh, be a member of the We-On-Loc Nation, because, quite frankly, this is the same ongoing theme. The same ongoing thing, because people have nothing else better to do. So I let people like this ran on. But like I said, he does good content. He does great content. He's just wrong, in my opinion, on this one. I'll tell you why in a minute.
There to destroy our children, as you see this brother right here with his son. So Black boys are definitely a gift. They are very important. And so when Umar Johnson talks about these issues, ladies and gentlemen, he says a lot of things that make sense, that makes you feel good, and you are willing to do what? The ultimate, give him your money. But he particularly...
Let's tell the honest to God truth. Can we please tell the honest to God truth, 1000% truth? Do all of Black America, all that he has, everywhere he has been, and he travels a lot. He does travel a lot. Thank you for that, sister. He does travel a lot, right? Do all of Black America give up any of their hard-working money? Do they? Do they really? I mean, let's be honest. I mean, people can do whatever they want to do with their money. If they feel that this brother's a con artist, then why give him your money? If you feel like this brother's a con artist, why are you giving them money? Yet they feel some sense of empathy for this brother, and quite frankly, they give him what they can. And then there are other people in the community that absolutely are 100% with this brother. Why would he go around and shame these people by just snatching their life-earned savings? Why would people spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on this man for him to purchase a school, for him to fix it up from the outside to the inside? Well, outside still needs some work, but obviously, if you would come to him and tell him, well, you need this trim and you need that trim, it's a very big freaking school. But nobody wants to do shit. That's the only thing how I can frame it. Nobody, except for his donors and the people that he is allied with, wants to do shit. Information doesn't want to pick up the phone and call Dr. Umar. No, that's too much. That's too much like right. But all these black billionaires are soaking up their hard-earned money just to get an attitude thrown at them, aka LeBron James. But when are we ever going to do a video on LeBron James? Don't want to do that, do you? Black billionaires don't feel a need to do community building. Umar ain't even a billionaire, so this man needs to focus. I do admit sometimes he needs to let these girls go. He needs to let these girls go and go about the business that needs to be had. But that's Umar for you. The people that know him best, other than me, the people who know him better than me, they know him. They talk to him all day. Again, when I get a hold of him, when I get my hands on, well, pause. When I get a hold of him, he said he's coming in November, so we'll see. He said he is coming in November in Las Vegas, Nevada, so we'll see. We'll see. And I will be there. I will be there to try to get one more word with him before he ventures off into the sunset. You know what I mean? Or into the night or whatever that day. Man's got a lot on his plate. And the one thing that he asks is for help. And he has no problem with people lending him a hand. Well, he had some of the people lending him a hand last time. And look what happened with that. But we don't want to put the onus on what particular happened between him and the person who tried to help him. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that at all. It's all Umar's fault, right? I tried to help him. Yeah, people try to get slick with him too. People have stolen from him. Oh, we don't want to do a video on that. People have vandalized that building. We don't want to do a video on that. Did I say? I did say stolen. People had literally trying to con this man, and he's supposed to be coming out in school just for you? Oh no, no.
He targets the black woman because black women are his biggest followers, because he's able to pull at their emotional heartstrings and say the things that make black women feel.
Okay, cut that shit out. We all let's get this free and clear. All women are emotional. They're emotional creatures. And they say and they feel anything. So let's cut the shit.
That Umar Johnson is leading them in the right direction. What Umar Johnson uses is like what a lot of people use in the black conscious community, which is not leading black people anywhere, is that he'll get into the black power talk, the pan-African talk, the let's go back to Africa. Let's go back to Mother Africa. I follow Marcus Garvey, even though Marcus Garvey, when he came to America, was telling black people to go to Africa, even though Marcus Garvey himself never even went to Africa himself. That's crazy. Umar Johnson would tell you and me to go to Mother Africa when you've got thousands of Africans trying to leave Africa, to get out of Africa, to try to come to America, to Italy, to France, to Europe. You have Africans all over Europe trying to get out of Africa, as people like Umar Johnson will say to us that we're all African, while Africans are trying to get out of Africa. He's telling us to go to Africa.
What's the percentage? Who and where and what country are Africans trying to come out of Africa? I would like to know. Where's the receipts? You the information, man. Where's the receipts? I'm trying to go to Africa. So what the hell is this dude talking about? I'm trying to get into Africa.
Yet he hasn't even created a base right here in America. Umar Johnson will promise you the world, because Umar Johnson, when he is speaking in a way that he does, ladies and gentlemen, in a way he carries on with his cadence, he's really talking about himself, the little boy that he is, the things that he didn't experience as a kid. There's a psychological issue with this man. This man works in psychology, yet he needs to see a psychiatrist his damn self. And the difference between a psychologist and a psychiatrist is that psychiatrists can administer and they can write orders for medications. Psychologists usually do psychological evaluations. And this man was fired from his job in Philadelphia, if you go back and do the research, because he was failing in his job as a psychologist when he wasn't even completely certified when he was in school. So he misled.
Again, don't be fooled by none of this same ongoing talking points as he did in the last few videos, in the last video before this one, the last video before this one, the last video before this one, before this one, before this one. So they will continue to recycle just like Lenanana does. They will continue to recycle these things until he absolutely does come out with the school. But by then, it's not going to even matter because you're not invited, number one. And number two, you're already in the book of Negroes. And number three, I wouldn't want you anywhere near him either. But like I said, I don't have a problem with him. I have a problem with the other man. I don't have a problem with brother man, information man. I have a problem with the other man, this so-called brother that proclaims that black people ain't shit anyway. Or at least he used to proclaim, now that he's making money off of Umar. But let's continue.
The faculty and the staff about what his credentials were at that time. This is Umar Johnson, y'all. This is crazy.
If you're looking to get a degree in IT or cybersecurity, UMGC is waiving their application fee through August 29th.
He's continuing to target black people in the audience here.
Let's be honest. Umar's held black men to task, as you also do. And this man feels the same type of way about that. Okay. The task of what? We all should be held accountable for. No, I said that wrong. I feel that there should be a responsibility when it comes to the black community. Yes. So why is it a problem when certain things aren't being done? We always ended up pointing the finger at the person not doing anything or is doing something. But you're not pointing the finger at the person who is not doing anything, but you're going to end up pointing the finger at the person who is doing something. Everybody can buy a mic. I'm not afraid. I'm not a Pan-African, but I listen to his messages. Feel some type of way, as in he mad about being called out. I'm not calling him out. I'm not calling him out per se. This is the first time I ever reacted to this. This is the first time I ever reacted to Information Man. It's like I'll say it again. He does great content, but the fact of the matter is he is so hung up and up Lenonada's behind. It's just ridiculous. And I'm gonna show you in a minute what this man is about. I'm gonna show you what Lenonada is about. How the hell do you follow a man for 19 years, that long, just because he said two little measly words to you? You can't let that shit go. You can't let that shit go. But you do you're just the same as this crazy ass lady from the AFW sector. ASS, anti-Afro Spengali. You're just like her. Just like her. It does a million videos and has a book of tweets about Dr. Umar and tried to frame him on some shit, but yet doesn't have a criminal record. He hasn't done anything wrong per se that they can stick him with. They've been trying to stick him with some shit for 14 years or something like that. All they do is docs over there. And you expect me to have respect for a man like that. And on top of that, has some shit, say some shit about some boys in the community when he was, I guess he was in Arizona at one point, but begging for niggas to give him a cash app so he can move to Utah. Get the fuck out of here.
here, black women like this who are looking for hope, looking for help, looking for their sons to get a better leg up, because you have a black man who says he wants to create an academy that will be the first academy that will be a Pan-African academy, an FGD.
Oh, my apologies.
What an FDMG academy for black boys that has a Pan-African twist to it. I'm going to ask you very quickly, folks, would you trust a man to take care of your kids, to educate your kids, who does not take care of his own kids? That's the one thing that I've been.
And here's another thing, the same old thing with his kids. People need to stop attacking the people's children, yo. I'm busy right now. People really need to stop doing that. What if I were to say something about your children, sir? You wouldn't like that, would you? He doesn't take care of his kids. How the hell do you know? How do you know what his relationship is like with his children? How do you know his relationship to his baby mama? How do you know this? How do you know? You don't know shit from Shinola. And I really get irritated when people say that about him. He doesn't have a good relationship. Show for what? Is this what it comes down to? Is this what it comes down to? Show me your kids and I'll show you mine. If y'all don't get the hell out, this is the reason why Black America has fallen. This is the reason why Black America has been separated for quite some time. Y'all Black Americans just need to stay the hell away. And us Pan-Africans, we gonna continue to strive and thrive. You know what I'm saying? You don't need that. You don't need that. I already know what it is. You're going to talk about black females all day long, how inferior they are, but yet Umar Johnson, whatever he calls them queens, you have a problem with that because of a relationship he has with Sukihana. A relationship with Sukihana. He does not have a relationship with Sukihana. I didn't say anything about Suki. You would bring him up in a minute. Stop fronting, nigga. Stop fronting, nigga. You won't bring him up in a minute. Let me stop, friend.
Been trying to figure out. Umar Johnson is telling black women and black men out there, he's telling black women that he can educate your children, your son, but yet this man doesn't even take care of his own kids. This man is not married. He's constantly on podcasts talking about marriage and family and what black.
What's wrong with that? You don't have to be married to have a family. Duh. You can have a long, outstanding relationship with somebody and not throwing somebody right. Well, where does this come from? Is this dude married? Is Information Man married? If he is married, is he married to a white woman or a black woman? Is he married to a white woman or a black woman? All minds would like to know. Since you're all up in his personal business, he's talking. People ask him just like they asked Zoe Williams, but Zoe Williams is not married. Zoe Williams has baby mamas, and he's been taking care of his kids. His kids is on the verge of being in the NBA someday. His oldest child. What? I want everybody to go to Zoe What Morning. Zoe What in the Morning show. Zoe What in the Morning show. And if you were to ask him radio, if you were to ask him, let me give him more introduction. If you were to go to Zoe What in the Morning Show, entrepreneur, radio host, Arthur, worked with people in the industry like Madonna and people like those, right? Has been on many of radio stations, many of podcasts, The Foxhole, Jamie Foxx, The Foxhole, Speedy's Comedy Corner, Corey Holcomb's 5150 show. Now he has his own show. And he talks about marriages and relationships all the time. And he's not married. People have this notion. They say you shouldn't be putting your mouth on stuff. But what if they particularly know how to articulate? I forgot what the word was. Can tell it like it is without just like a psychologist does. Just like a psychologist. A psychologist doesn't have to be married to tell you that you're all fucked up. It doesn't have to. A psychologist who is not married has the ability to tell you that you are fucked up and you need to seek professional help. If you don't like Umar and the way he does things, fine, I can understand it. And please kiss my ass with all this. You on Dr. Umar's nuts. You on the white man's nuts. You on his nuts, and you on basically Lennon Honor's nuts. And speaking of nuts, pause. Speaking of nuts, I'm gonna play a little clip you in a minute. It's like, how are y'all following a weirdo first and foremost? Don't Lennon Honor look weird to you? Whenever he starts speaking, doesn't he ever look any freaking weirder than he looks right now? Oh, God, my blood's boiling.
Black men should be doing for black women, and black women should be doing for black men. Yet this is a man who is not married to a black woman. He put on a circus a few years ago when he had a block party outside. He had a block party outside these abandoned buildings where he got married to not one woman, but two in a fake marriage right around kids. An embarrassment. A man puts on fake marriages when he is not married himself, and he is not even taking care of his own kids himself, like this man right here. Why would we support a man like this? How often do you see Umar Johnson at these abandos? He is spending more time on podcasts, going around and having people pay him $5 a pop to be on their podcast. And yes, they'll let him on the podcast because they know that he will bring a lot of views. But he's on these podcasts, ladies and gentlemen, speaking about politics and what's happening with Black America is a distraction to keep you from not thinking about Umar. What about the school? When will the school open up?
There are 15 new jobs added to Indeed every second.
When will this happen? He's on podcasts telling people, he was recently on a podcast in Canada telling some brothers that were in Canada who were telling him about a black school in Canada that's been very successful.
Let's talk about the festival that happened. There was two of them. Not only myself, but other YouTubers that support Umar thought that the festival that he would held at the school, there were at least thousands and thousands of people who went to that festival. There was ceremonies, there was not like African type stuff. Y'all into that African shit. And there were venues out there where you can buy and purchase stuff. Just like he does in his lectures, right? Just like he does in his lectures. But he's wrong for that. And then he goes on to marry. It was a fake marriage. Yes, it was a fake marriage. I don't think people were paying too much attention to that, but because he did say that he wants to marry 2 females. He wants to marry 2 females. I did not say that. He said that. I did not say that. He said that. What do you mean, where's my school? You talking to me? You're preferring to Umar. You talking to me? You preferring to Umar? I have no issue with it. I am a one woman type person, even though in my early 20s, I would probably be thinking a little different, but I'm in my 40s, and I've been married to the same woman for 14 going on 15 years. So let's just cut it right there. So, but Umar's single. He does what he wants to do. But why are we on top of that? A lot of people were there. So what are we doing here? What are we doing? A lot of people were there that were supporting him, that was supporting his movement, that was supporting the people in the V. They were buying lots of things out there. They were participating. There was a whole bunch of hot dogs and a whole bunch of food out there that they can eat. I was like, what the hell, man? This is crazy.
And Umar had the nerve to say, how long has this school been in business? They told Umar 30 years. Umar says after 30 years, why don't they have more schools? Yet Umar hasn't opened up the first school that he promised you all, going all the way back to 2005 when he conceptualized the idea.
He did say he was going to stop that because he was realizing that it was catching up to him. He did say he was going to stop that. So I have to give that to him.
Dear. And it's been collecting money for years now. Still no school. The man spent a bunch of time.
Why the fuck does he keep saying that? This dude's stupid. Why the fuck does he keep saying that there is no school? The school is in Wilmington, Delaware, folks. It just hasn't opened up to the public yet. He can use the school for whatever he wants to use it for. There have plenty of people who have been there already, but to the public, it has not quite opened yet. See how that works?
Lying to us about the HVAC. It's been about 14, almost 15 years now that he's been pushing the school hustle on the Black community, on social media. He's had those.
Bruh, the HVAC has been, we've been put up that HVAC. Where the hell has this guy been? He's been put up the HVAC. Top and bottom of HVAC. What the hell is this fool talking about, yo? Recycle, rinse, and repeat. Recycle, rinse, and repeat.
those buildings that he purchased for the last 5 years, and there's still nothing getting done. Do you see anybody with a hard hat on? Do you see nails and sheetrock going in and out of the building? Where's the construction workers? Where?
I already showed the video where the actual workers were in the building. If you were paying attention, if anybody was paying attention, I mean, I can show you the video if you like. I mean, it's a couple of months old, but it's still fresh. Everybody's seen that video where white people and black people were coming in and out the building. So what is he talking about?
The nails, where are the wood and supplies coming in and out? Where are the electricians? Where are the blueprints? Where are these things, Jay, the informant? B1 for life. Where are the construction supplies? Where is the curriculum? What is he going to teach the kids? Where are the interview applications? How many staff has he hired? How many inspections he's had? Where is the food service? Where are the people to do the security for the school?
Let's see. There's many of people who have been at the school, like I said before. So I don't know who he might have not hired yet. That's number one. Number two, when it comes to lunching, this is more like a private institution, correct? So you can bring your own lunch. You don't necessarily have to have a staff making lunches for the kids, although they could relatively see it. This happened with my kids. Okay, let me tell you something about my kids. My kids go to a private institution. Okay, they go to a Christian school, and every 3 days they bring their own lunch, and every other 2 days they order out. Or you can bring lunch aids in if you want. That's how that works. I forgot what else he said.
Where are the bus drivers? He told you that.
He did say that he was looking for buses to take the kids to and from. But again, you don't have to take the kids don't have to be in the bus. They can be dropped off. The parents can drop their kids off to school.
That he was going to have a bus that was going to go all over the East Coast and pick up kids like Magical Bus. Like magic. He told you he was going to have a bus to pick up the kids like you see the bus and the kids on here. This is crazy, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and let you see the video that I'm talking about while he's on a podcast in Canada trying to tell these guys about what that school and what those black folks should have done when he has done himself nothing. We're talking about Umar Johnson, who's been basically ripping black people off, pushing this school scam. And he went on Lord Jamal's podcast and really made an ass of himself when Lord Jamal was trying to help him out with his father-in-law who has built a school in Brooklyn. I'm going to place a clip from Lord.
How old is this? This is like damn near 2-3 years old. So we're going to take something that a known over the hill hip hop artist that has no particular conscience of black folks, particularly other than them getting high and getting drunk and shit. Right? Does he really know the ins and the outs of the black community? Does he really know about the ins and outs of? I'm talking about Lord Jamar. Does he know the ins and outs of the black community? My father opened up the school. Good for you. But again, everybody wants Dr. Umar to do what they want him to do. Let me ask you a question. If you were to open up a facility and you have everything in place, you just need some extra help in pushing forward, but you seek out a person like Lord Jamal, right? But I mean, he gives you advice, but in the end, it's signifying, do what I tell you to do, and you will be successful. Why should I do what you tell me to do? Wouldn't your advice be, well, maybe you can do this, and maybe you can do that. Maybe you could, I don't know, donate more. Maybe you can donate a little bit more. I mean, maybe you can donate books. Maybe you can donate desks, furniture, stuff like that, basketballs, swing sets. Maybe you have the money. Why don't you do that? Instead of telling him what specifically we should do, he should start small. That was that whole stupid ass discussion, is that he should start small, like Q Butter. He should just start small. He should just have a computer school, because the pandemic and everything. I was like, why not do both? Because those kids need to see other kids and have a reactionary relationship to the teachers in person and not just by computer. I can see it if a child was sick and that child had to stay home. And yes, your interaction with teachers on the phone, that would be perfectly fine. But those kids need to be around other children. They have to be around other children. Crazy.
To let you know how Lord feels about this man. Let's go into the reaction studio right now, y'all. See, this is the thing about him. This is his power. He has great gift of gab. He's able to tell you things that make sense to you, that make you shake your head and say, wow, Umar Johnson's making a lot of sense. But a lot of the things that he's saying, folks, wake up, applies to him. He's using the school, this whole Pan-African, it's all a hustle to hustle black people out of money. He's the same thing that he's talking about on this video. He's that same pandering preacher himself.
In equal numbers, you think in equal numbers, people going to politics at the equal number or equal rate as people going into religion to serve themselves?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
And if you disagree,
and Umar is serving himself as well, y'all.
Agree with that? Show me a concrete, practical benefit of black religion in Canada that our people have realized in the past 30 years.
See, Umar thinks that he's got the answer to everything. He's asking this brother to name an institution that has actually benefited black people in Canada. Yet, ask yourself this fundamental question, ladies and gentlemen. What has Umar Johnson, Dr. Umar Johnson, done for black people in America that he claims to have all the answers to? What has he done tangibly? Be honest. I'll wait.
I just showed you 2 clips. I can show you more. I can show you a hell of a lot more. But that would be too good for you.
Has he built the so-called school yet? No. And black people have given him money for it and still no school. This man has taken well over $700,000. Maybe he's got well over millions of dollars that black people have given him. Still no school. This man hasn't even had enough sense to put together an online school. he continues.
There we go. What did I tell you? It didn't take long for him to say that. It didn't take long for him to say that. Didn't I just explain about the online school and stuff? But I'll let
to hustle you. Umar Johnson, all he does, ladies and gentlemen, is go around.
Oh, and by the way, why is it that when it comes to our people, we got to do what people want us to do with the building that I'm relatively putting together? I even said that wrong. So I'm going to start over. Why is it that when I put something together, then a person, he or she feels has the right to tell me what I need to do with my own building? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. If you don't like what I'm doing, then by all means, take your money back. He's done all that. If you don't like what I'm doing with my own building, you can take your money back. He's had a lot of money deducted from him. A lot of money. A lot of money. But yet nobody wants to talk about that shit.
And do a lot of speaking to audiences like this. Well, there is no audience in there right now, okay? But I want you to really think about what I'm about to break down in just a moment to you. Let's continue this.
Something significant.
I'd say Crawford. So Crawford Adventist Church.
No, what have they done? Give me the result.
So this man is talking about a church that has their own school. And then as this man is talking, Umar is going to tell this man, I don't want to hear all the other details. Get to the point. You see how arrogant he is?
You need to stop. Information, man, you really need to cut that shit out. He ain't even said 2 words yet. Just knock it off. It's not the fact that Umar is not saying anything ill will about the school itself. What he is asking for, he'll ask about it in a minute. What he is asking about for is, okay, we're talking about one school. What about all these other schools? I can say congratulations all day long, but that's just one school. But are there many black schools in Canada? That's all he's asking. That's all he's asking. You see what black Americans want you to do? Are you seeing this? This is what we need to congratulate our brothers. We could do that all day long. Congratulations. You have a black school in Canada. One black school in Canada. One out of the thousands and thousands in Canada is that big. Out of the thousands, is there not 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Where are the other schools? This is what Dr. Umar is saying. Where are your schools, your functions, your grocery stores, your airports? Once upon a time, we had thousands of radio stations. Now we're at hundreds. Once upon a time, we had, buses. We had buses and literally had to boycott buses. We literally had to boycott buses. At one point, we had our own infrastructure. Obviously, it got burned down. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Rosewood, shit like that. But to rebuild something, it takes time and it takes money. And we should be behind something like that. Now, if he F's around and is caught smoking weed or caught giving a female, thousands of dollars just to sleep with him, if we caught him do that, then I wouldn't have said nothing. I would have said nothing at all. Shame, shame, shame all day long. But has anybody caught this man paying a stripper to be with him? Even though he's single, he can do whatever the hell he wants. With our money. Has anybody caught him? I want to see the proof. I want to see the proof. I want to see the documents. I want to see the proof. I want to see the documents. Has this man been in jail? I want to see the proof. I want to see the documents. Everybody can send me proof all day, send me a video all day long of him being having a crazy ass butt naked woman, big ass, old Shirley Temple. Old Shirley Temple come up to the stage and harass Dr. Umar. But I don't want to make fun of the girl, but I don't know if you've seen it, but there was some big girl that just went up there and she threw her book bag on stage. And I'm thinking it had something in it, like a bomb or something that would injure him. But that what I thought. That was my belief. But obviously she took her sweater off or something. I'm like, what the hell will Umar be with a big ass girl like that? But then that's not enough. But he kissed Sukihana in the forehead, and he's with Sukihana. Let's go. Hey, Helen, how's your day?
And the only reason why Umar Johnson, you see him on all these podcasts on YouTube, because he needs the money. The man doesn't have a real job. So his job is to go around from podcast to podcast, get paid $500, get on these shows.
He doesn't have a real job, but he has degrees. And if he wanted to, he can be he can go back to his original baby, which is being a public defender. But nobody wants to talk about that.
And then be rude to the guest, as he is right here when the man is.
You soft. Oh, you that soft, just like Lennon Honor, your boy. You that soft. Oh, I'm so sorry. We're supposed to be talking like Mary Puppets and have cupcakes and have a big glass of milk. And we can sit by the long sturdy tree and have normal conversations about life and how white folks are good to us. Yes, we can do that all day long. If you don't get
is trying to explain to him about this school, he wants to tell him, well, hurry up and get to what I want to hear. Let's let you hear this again.
I'd say Crawford. So Crawford Adventist Church.
No, what have they done? Give me the result. I don't need
the
to know
result. So basically, there's a school in Toronto called Crawford. I went to the school.
Okay.
95.
This is a black school, 95% graduation black school in Toronto, Canada.
% black.
Okay.
Some people at the school, black teachers as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they have about a 95% graduation rate.
Okay.
As well.
How long has Crawford been in existence?
Well over 30 years.
See, instead of Umar Johnson, being respectful and saying that's a hell of a.
Oh my God, dude! You see how crazy nitpicking this. Do you see how nitpicking this is? How long has the school been in existence? That's a normal question. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm totally missing it. I don't know. We can't ask normal questions anymore.
The thing that you've got 200 black students. They've been in existence for 30 years. They are graduating black students. That's black young males and young ladies. They're graduating a number of.
Yeah, in Canada, yo. in Canada. You're graduating kids from Canada. Congratulations. How about some kids graduate here in the United States of America with something to work with? Not a GED, but something that they can actually work with. Like they can go to a trade, have something of a trade. But nowadays, we don't want to reward Black people when they graduate from these trades. There are very few and in between who actually get hired in these trades. Can we get some people here to start competing again? If we ever vote for a particular president, before we vote for him, I want to know, guarantee, if it's Kamala Harris or if it's Donald Trump. If it's Donald Trump in particular, because he's a businessman, I would ask him before he even gets elected, because we all know he's going to get elected. I would ask him, of all these African American kids who are in school for a trade, no matter what trade it is, it could be HVAC, it could be electric, it could be carpentry, whatever. Can we guarantee these individuals get a job once they get out? And if you can guarantee me that, and if I see results, then cool. Still on reparations, but cool. Let's get everybody working. But we're talking Canada, not the United States. Canada and the United States are different entities. That's a different country up there.
%95. That's incredible. Instead of Dr. Umar Johnson being proud of that, giving kudos to that, he's looking to go to the negative by saying, well, how long have they been alive? I mean, how long has the school been in existence, right? Didn't even want to give the man kudos about what they are already accomplishing, which is they're doing more to help the Black community in Canada than what Umar Johnson is doing for the Black community in America. All Umar Johnson is doing in America is running his mouth, talking, lecturing, yelling and screaming and this and that, King Kong consciousness, this and that. We got enough talkers. We got plenty of Negroes that can talk you to death. But we don't have enough Negroes that are getting things done like they are in Canada at this school called Crawford. Let's continue.
Okay. And how many students go to this school?
Adventist school. From grade 1 to 12, I'd say about 200 to 300 kids.
I appreciate the fact that they have a school.
Yeah.
So Umar appreciates the fact that they have a school, something that he doesn't have, but yet he's still going to go to the negative.
What the fuck? Oh my God. Didn't he just put his own foot in his mouth when he said he's not going to say anything positive about the school? All you're going to do is go into the negative. He just finished saying, I appreciate, meaning congratulations on the school. Congratulations. But I would like it if there were more. There's nothing wrong with saying that. Just like if there was a Cupie's hamburger joint, my personal favorite, if it was a Cupie's, I'm like, congratulations, finally we got a Cupie's. But I just wish there were more, like on the west side of town. I got to go all the way on the east side of town to get this juicy burger that melts in my mouth every time I eat it. This is a reach. This is a reach.
After saying what he just said, folks, listen.
But I'm wondering though, after 30 years.
See, here
Why
it
do you
comes.
only have one school?
This man, and I'm going to get to the fact that black women are getting sick of him, and I'm going to show you some video of black women expressing how sick of him they really are. But this fool, Umar Johnson, sets up.
See, we're going to the insults
here and says after 30 years, why don't they have more than one school? When this fool doesn't even have a school, he has abandoned buildings in Delaware, Willington that are not open, that are not up to inspection.
But are they abandoned buildings or is it school? Which one is it?
To be open, that are not in condition to be open as a school. He has no faculty, no staff.
Really? Have you been inside the school? Obviously not.
No security, no nothing. And picked a bad area to have this school, to buy these buildings.
He picked a bad area. So he could have, so you wanted him to have a school in Atlanta. Did you want him to have a school in Detroit? Detroit's bad. Being revamped by the Chinese, but Detroit is bad. Did you want him to have a school, let's say, in California? There's some nice places in California, but yet who would want to be in California at a time like this? I would rather him have a school here in Nevada. I just gotta look for one. Where do you want him to have this school? In a nice little area where we attend to the good boys and not the bad ones. You was a hypocrite like a mug. So we attend to the good kids and not the bad ones. The next thing you know, he's going to be saying, wait a minute, you can't have no gays in that school. Wait a minute. You can't have white kids. You cannot have white kids in that school. Who do you think you are? That's a violation of America. We're gonna sue Dr. Johnson. We're gonna sue Dr. Johnson for not having white kids in his school. Ain't he a teacher? I mean, if he wants to have white kids in the school, he can. I don't know how that's going to look, but you can. Every kid needs to have fundamental learning: math, science, social studies, blah, 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 blah. But to learn African traditions, I don't think a white kid is going to be in that particular classroom. I don't think a white kid is going to be learning Pan-Africanism or hoodoo or being a Hebrew or whatever they're going to be studying. I don't think they're going to be in that particular class, but they need the basic subjects. I mean, we're talking about second grade through fourth grade. Second grade through fourth. This is what the man's going to be having. He's going to be having second grade through fourth grade. Now, I don't know if he's going to be a part-time principal, part-time teacher, or whatever. All I know is the man needs to be at the finish line. And I believe deep down in my soul he is. But I'm just reacting. I'm just reacting to the dumb shit that they promote every day when it comes to the AFW sector / Umar sector. I mean, these people literally have nothing else better to do. So I'm gonna let them do it. Put their own foot in their mouth one day.
The only thing that Umar Johnson has to show for those buildings to this very day, ladies and gentlemen, he doesn't have this kind of school. Oh, no, he doesn't have anything like this. There's no desks.
Ooh, pictures. Ooh, pictures, a video of a white school. And oh, by the way, he does have desks. Did you happen to see those desks there? Inside those buildings, inside those classrooms? While he was painting? While other people were working on the electricians and everything like that? Did you happen to see that? To this day!
You haven't seen desks go inside the school. You haven't even seen books go inside the school. There's no library. Where's the library? This man will tell you that he wants to build an FDMG academy all over the world. America, Africa, but yet he has nothing of a blueprint in America. None at all. Only he can get on a plane and fly to Canada, fly to Africa, fly all over the world on your dime, ladies and gentlemen, on your dime, to go to these podcasts and wax poetically and tell this man, why don't they have more than one school when he hasn't accomplished anything for the Black community that he claims to love? He hasn't accomplished anything for the Black community that he'll set up on these podcasts and have all this critical analysis about what's wrong with Black America, and he hasn't proven anything himself, but just that he can talk. Umar Johnson is a talker, y'all.
Tell the truth.
Somebody's gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Let's get back to it. Listen to this.
My second question to you: do I have to be a Christian to go to that school?
No.
Okay. Okay. Then I can live with that. But they should have more than one by now.
So I think
once again, do I have to be a Christian to go to that school? The brother says no, but he still sets up there with this. They should have more than one school. They've got one school that's been around for 30 years, one more than you got, Umar. You've got nothing. You don't have teachers. You don't even have students. You have
Yeah.
That there's polity purchase.
If starting a side hustle is something that interests you, make sure you continue watching. If not, skip this video. What's going on?
Were once a academy, a school that was a Black school prior to him getting there. Thank you for the two kids were going to stay there on campus and so on and so forth. Umar Johnson lied to everybody and said that he put a bid on St. Paul's College. He never put a bid on this college. He
never put a bid on the college. You want to put some money on that? You really want to put some money on that?
He never put a bid on it at all. That was a thunderous lie by Umar Johnson.
I want to get to that woman who had the nerve to open up her mouth. And people often tell me I'm a simp. No, I'm a realist. So let's skip all this nonsense that I already seen dozens of times. And again, I'm going to get to the actual man who has relatively set this up. And is so negative about Dr. Usually when I talk about people, I talk about people at least one or two times, and that's about it. One or two times, because it's not even worth it. It's not worth the squeeze. I don't care how many people have my chat. It's not worth the squeeze to be talking about somebody 1,001 times. Again, you got this 46, 47-year-old Negro who is married to 4 kids, but is riding Umar Johnson for damn near 19 years. 19 years and collecting money. If that's not obsession, I don't know what is. And you got people over in that particular side who's doing the exact same thing. They just have to have something to talk about.
Let's go to the first video in question. Let's go into the reaction studio again. Check out what this sister has to say about Umar. She reads.
But when I tell you with everything in me, I'm so sick of Dr. Umar's manipulation tactics. I'm so sick of it. I am so sick of him using the Black struggle, okay, to profit off our pain and struggle. I'm so fucking sick of it.
Oh. Let me put myself on big screen. Who paid this woman? Who paid? Have you noticed it's the same talking points over and over again? Who paid this? Who paid this woman? Yeah. Come on, who paid you? Who paid you, woman? What was it? Was it $1,000? Was it $500? She looked like the type of person that wouldn't be her type. Wouldn't be his type anyway. So what? And if you were to pay attention, she said she's going to say the exact same thing that he's saying. And if you look at other videos at other people, I'll give you anti-Afro, I'll give you Lennon, I'll give you all them Negroes on that particular side. And then I'll give you some upcoming rising stars that don't need attention. And I did say to myself that I was going to out this particular person, but I changed my mind because he doesn't need this much attention. He's an attention whore, just like the rest of them, because their channels ain't going for him. What's the next best thing? If it ain't Umar, it's what? Black women. Black women are inferior. Black women are not feminine enough. Black women just, they do bad all by themselves. Black women support the court system. Blah, 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 blah. If it's not going for them, if they're not angry, man, if they're not Anton or any of these other YouTube artists or whatever, the top YouTube artists, then it's going to be this. It's going to be this. But right now, it's in a whole election. You can talk about election and get like a whole bunch of views and stuff like that. You can have a whole bunch of people on the panel, right? A whole bunch of people on the freaking panel. And I know I'm going to have people in the comment section that are for information, man. I mean, hit the computer and type a wave to your license 10. I'll respond. I will respond. You may not like my response, but I will respond. I don't have anything against Information Man, nothing at all. I think he's a good brother. I just think I think he's not well when it comes to I'll concede that he is not well. He's sick. He's very, very sick. And he needs help. He needs help. I mean, I know what you want to do. You want to debate Umar, like so many people. Like Charleston White. Crackhead Charleston White wants to debate him. For what? Where is this? Where is that? Where is this? And I know people have been bamboozled by a lot of people in the Hotep community, which Umar absolutely, he didn't come from that. He had who helped him? Who helped him get to where he was? Sinetta absolutely helped Umar get to where he was. And I understand there are people within that faculty and in that community that have absolutely jarred their muscles up. But again, have you asked yourself this question? People like, I don't know, Young Pharaoh or Brother Polite, when they see a brother like Umar cross state lines and been to this country and been to that country, do you not feel the jealousy within them brothers? Right? Look at Sarah Suit and Seti. Sarah Suit and Seti with the feds came after Umar first. Umar just responded. Sarah Suit and Seti was opening up his big fat ass mouth to Dr. Umar at that particular time. And Umar responded. But then people was like, oh, you're not supposed to respond like that. Oh, really? How am I supposed to respond? With kindness? With gladness? You don't get your fake ass.
I am so sick of you guys not asking Dr. Umar the necessary questions that you need to ask Dr. Umar.
Which is what?
Because he's supposed to be a stand-up black man and he's supposed to be a father. Do you really think that it's coincidental that he don't ever talk about his children? We don't ever see examples from Dr. Umar of how to be a decent father. He just doing all this talking to y'all and y'all going along with it because he's an excellent speaker.
I do remember there was a particular clip back 3-4 years ago where he was talking to the mothers and particular fathers of how to become a decent father and a decent mother. Well, I wouldn't think he would talk about mothers like that because he's not a female, he's a male. But what I am saying is, when it comes to fatherhood, he's always held fatherhood accountable. He's always held fatherhood in check. He's had tours in particular places. I can't believe I ain't gonna even give it away. The people that know Umar better than I do will tell you, but I don't want them to tell you. I got them on my phone. And I talk to him every time he's in town. We always have meetings. We go to, certain restaurants and everything. We eat and we jabber, and he's always right there. Dr. Umar's always right there. I wish that the only thing that I regret to this very day is when my sister Tiff Griff, shouts out to that queen. She called me and I responded, and she said, Dr. Umar would like to invite you to a dinner with all the rest of us. It's like, dumbass me. I should have went. Damn it, I should have went. I could have just swallowed it. I'll swallow it. I'll just, if I'm tired, I'm tired. If I have to get off early, I'll get off early. But I should have just freaking went. That's the only thing I regret. But ever since that time, I've talked to him twice. Talked to him plenty of times. I don't feel like I have to talk to him anymore. But since he's going to be here this November, so and he knows each and every single one of you goons. Just to let you know, just the observation. He's right. He's writing down. He's making a list, checking it twice. He knows each and every single one of you that likes to talk shit about it. Let's go.
To where he can grasp the attention of an entire crowd. Okay, because he tells black folks what they want to hear. because he profits off our struggle and pain, especially pondering to Black women. He knows.
Boom. She's absolutely right. He is making a profit off the pain of Black people, but particularly Black women who are his main bread and butter. And y'all know that it's true.
Tell the truth.
She's absolutely right.
That Black women don't feel protected in this country, that we are the last herd, that we are not provided for. So he uses that struggle to profit off of that. But let me tell y'all.
Hold on. It's you're not provided for. Whatever happened to this I do all bad all by myself act? Don't let me get started red pilling up in here. I hate that shit. I hate red pills. But don't let me get started. Aren't you that same woman that says I do all bad all by myself? I don't need no Black man to help me. Ain't you that one? I could have swore that was it. So what can Umar do for you? What can Umar do for you? And even if he were to do something for you, it wouldn't be enough. It just wouldn't be enough. The struggle is real.
Something, sisters, before y'all come up under my post telling me that I'm bashing another Black man. Why doesn't this man have a wife? Why? Why doesn't he talk about his children? Why?
Didn't I say, everybody, that
he talks about his children? He talks about his children when he wants to talk about his children. This isn't the first time, and it isn't the last that he has ever talked about his children. Is it? Tell me if this is. Tell me if this is. If what you would do. Let's just say you have an internet full of people who dox, threaten, talk ill will about you as a person. What do you think? And then find out where you live, right? They always try to find out where you live, right? Through doxing. So what makes you think that if you were to dox the hell out of me, know where I live, know where my job is at, I mean, know where my grandma must stay, know where your grandma must stay, what do I do for fun? You got people spying on me. What do you think they're going to do? What do you think they're going to do with your kids? What do you think? What do you think they're going to do with your kids? Does that sound normal or abnormal?
Umar Johnson is always giving his opinion about Black men and Black women being married and family structures and what have you, but yet you don't see his family structure. You don't even see Umar with his own kids, because why? He doesn't have custody of his own kids.
That's not shocking. That's nothing new. But at least he gets to see his kids, though. That's what the average of, I'll say 60% of mothers who have custody of their own of the children. I think that's average, right? So he would be in that average bracket, right? It's nothing new.
Umar has some entanglement issues with his own family life. Not married, as the sister says.
Why? Why is he always talking about cookies here and there? Why is that?
When he's talking about cookies, he's talking about women's private parts. Why would you want to send your kids to a man who claims to be a school principal who is constantly talking about women's private parts by calling them?
Has he ever said the word pussy in front of a female before? I'm going somewhere with this. I want the video I want the proof of where Dr. Ifatunde said anything about these particular words: pussy, vagina, vajayjay. What are some other words that cross your mind? Vagina, vajayjay, pussycat, blah 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 blah. And has he done it with kids there, or has he done it with full blown adults, or he hasn't done it with full blown adults, but they happen to have their infant there? What the hell does an infant that had just been born gonna know what you say and what you mean? Stupid.
Cookies, and constantly caught up in this whole colorism as he talks about black women being vanilla, being brown, sugar.
Now we're nitpicking.
Pistachio. He's got all these different.
Oh God! Now we're nitpicking. Just nitpick. Have you ever heard? I mean, I like the brother, but again, have you ever heard anybody nitpick in your entire freaking life? Just nitpick. He likes black. He likes what did he call them? From the darkest, the black, blue, purple to the lightest of the light skin, right? He likes his chocolate, vanilla, or chocolate / vanilla, that's cinnamon kind of sort. He likes cinnamon. He likes females. So what? You like dudes? I don't like dudes like that. Hell no. I love women. What? It's not normal for a print. Stop it. Stop. When are we gonna act adults? When are we gonna act adults in the room? Huh? When are we gonna act adults? And have you picked up on the context of when he says it, how he is saying it? Have you picked up on the context of that? Obviously not, because you're not listening to what in context of what he is saying. All you're doing is picking up on when he says the word cookies.
Different words of color for different black women and women in general. Is that the behavior of a professional school psychologist or / principal? I think not.
Why? Let me explain to y'all something, okay? A decent stand-up black man, a man that respects women genuinely, will not part his lips on social media or anywhere else, making, provocative comments on women. They're not doing that. You've never seen.
Right. They're working like this, brother.
Oh, that's a damn lie. That is a damn lie. You got preachers in the pulpit that you won't hold accountable that love talking about women in a prerogative type of a way. Let's not play that game. Let's not play this game. You got people in the pulpit who often talk about females in a way that Umar hasn't talked about women. What the hell are you talking about? Contradictory, hypocritical of you. This is funny. It's funny to me. I don't care. All of this is funny.
That you've never seen all the great activists that we had in the past do that. The only
right. You didn't see.
Hold up. Stop. Rewind. Weren't you the ones that are complaining about Martin Luther King cheating on his wife? Oh, no, everybody drop bomb, huh? Everybody don't want to talk about that. Come on, let's talk about it. When this, what's her name? Simone? When is this Simone that you don't even hold accountable? Said that, did Martin Luther King cheat on his wife? Yeah, then he's not an activist. He's not even a real father. What? Come on. Let's pick it up. Let's pick it up. So you mean to tell me that, of course, Malcolm X never did it, but Martin Luther King did it. Allegedly. So there weren't activists. How many activists do you know that hasn't cheated on his wife? Since all the field reports, and we're going to get a field report of this in 2035. We're going to get a field report for all this in 2025 on everybody. Ain't Jesse Jackson an activist? Ain't Al Sharpton an activist? And Al Sharpton was back in the, I mean, your famous leaders. Not Khalil Muhammad. Who am I thinking? Louis Farrakhan. Elijah Muhammad. Elijah Poole, aka Elijah Poole. Hello? What? Who has not cheated on their wives? I'll wait.
Malcolm X do that once he cleaned his life up. You didn't see Dr. King doing those sort of things as well. All of the activists weren't running around that we know of doing these things so outward in the way that Umar Johnson displays it verbally out of his own mouth.
So-called leader, because y'all call Dr. Umar y'all leader, has done it is him, because he has no respect for black women. I don't give a fuck what he tell you. I don't care if he run around here saying snow bunnies, what he be saying all the black queens forever, snow bunnies never. It's a manipulation tactic y'all don't understand. I'm gonna tell y'all how I feel.
A complete manipulation tactic, y'all.
When I see a lot of you black women supporting Dr. Umar, and he's not giving y'all any results, or not giving the black community any results.
By the way, I want to thank everybody that's in the chat room that's here. We got Black Anonymous. We got the great
narcissistic tendencies. That's what it is. It amazes me how you guys cannot identify narcissistic tendencies and his manipulation.
It's called narcissistic. Not narcissistic.
Tactics.
Right.
He's such a master manipulator. He's using your struggle against you, and he's trying to convince you that he's for you.
Alicia,
but
good to see you.
I want to remind y'all that it's
let me pause this real quick, and I thank you, Queen.
Anybody that does his own thing in the black community, mind you, don't interact with females. Just say hi and bye. Just if you have your own woman at home, it's cool. But don't, if you want to be an activist, if you want to do something for your community, don't interact with females. Just don't. Because they gonna get you in a lot of trouble. A lot of freaking trouble. If I were you, I would have that extra guy with me. Because I'm starting to see what it is right now. Because you don't need to have a whole bunch of females with you. And this has nothing to do with the people in the chat. If you are going to be an activist, if you're going to be anything in life, please stay away from the following. Stay away from your haters, first of all. Stay away from your haters. Stay away from people that think they know what's best for you. Because you need to start your own goddamn journey. And stay away from females. Females that will smile in your face, but want to stab you in your back once you get up there so on successfully, like Dr. Umar. Don't do it. Do not go there. Do not go there, because this is exactly is what's going to happen. This right here is what's going to happen. This is exactly what's going to happen. You're going to have people lie on you, steal from you, all kinds of wicked shit, man. All types of wicked shit. All types of wicked shit.
I've been stopped listening to him. He's dumb. Now he's losing his donations from women. Yes, he should lose his donations from women because he's despicable. I wanted to say to my sister here, Miss Monica, thank you for the $5 super chat. She says, Monica says, keep telling the truth about fake Dr. Umar. Thank you. Thank you. Alicia, oh, you have a new and continues the bullshit. I was going to show this later, but you all are familiar with this video that I'm going to show you. Check this out. This is another brother the Honors did this short little video and
in school for black boys. Here's what it's like to go to school for firearms, technology, and gunsmithing. Sonoran Desert Institute's online programs cover trouble.
And listen to what the sisters want us to.
And some trailers and start that school there. You know what? $4 million at a time. Okay. Umar truly wanted, and I say this 10 toes down, if he truly wanted to help the black community, he wanted to help the black boys with all that money that y'all done fucking sent his ass, because y'all done sent this brother over, I know, $3 to $4 million at a time.
What?
Okay.
What? Whoa, what? He was always transparent with the money. Always transparent. What? Oh, this is a new one. I gotta write this down. So it's not. It was 1 million, well, minus everything else. So it was 1 million, right? Now it was 2 million. And then now that he's got the school and put all the money into that school, no matter what it was, if he had to redo the roof because it burned down, if he had to re-put locks on the doors, and that cost money too, how did he get up to $4 million? How did he get up to $4 million? How? Oh, that's good. $4 million? Yeah, try again.
All that money, he could have used that money to urgently go purchase a little bit of land and some trailers and start.
For $4 million? Are you stupid? Are you crazy or just stupid? Purchase land for $4 million? Purchase land for $4. Anybody know how to purchase land for $4 million? Now, I've been there before, and they want more than that, right? They want a little bit more than that. They need to have $4 million. Even if so, even if the land was a cost for $4 million, that wasn't the case. He didn't have $4 million to start with, ma'am. The fuck? He ain't had that much money. I honestly wish that he did, but he didn't, due to all the deductions. How did that go from 1 million to 4 million? That's crazy.
That school there. You know why he ain't gonna do that, dummies? Because he wants to continue to go on with this scam. He wants to continue to sell y'all hopes and dreams.
Time out. That's just stupid talk. Stupid talk from a stupid individual. Question. If I had $4 million, do you obviously think that I would continue this charade. If I was really a scammer, answer me this question. If I was really a scammer and I had $4 million that the people gave me, do you obviously think I would continue with this charade? If I had $4 million debt-free, tax-free, my ass would be in Africa by now. Yeah, this is stupid. This is real stupid. But again, recycle, rinse, and repeat. Cycle, rinse, and repeat.
Right. Umar Johnson makes money off of pushing black people a hope and dream. He does not want us to be successful and to be victorious, because think about it. Most of these Negroes like Umar Johnson, they're all the same. If black people,
he can't even name anybody else. He's so obsessed with Umar, he can't even name anybody else. Name somebody else who's just like Umar Johnson. I dare you. What? Give me a name. I can give you plenty of names, but I want one name.
Remember, Umar Johnson has come out publicly and said that he's against reparations because
bullshit, slander once again. You know what? I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna let it play out. I'm gonna let it continue, and then I'm gonna come out with my rant. Okay? Didn't say he wasn't against reparations for black people. He said it was unrealistic because of the things that are happening here in America when it comes to black people being the number one consumers in America. If black people, I'm just going to say this now, if black people were to be given a check, say per family, $600 grand. 600 grand per family, I think is either per capita. I don't even know how to. My math sucks, but let's just do that. 600,000 per family, right? You have to be. I think you have to be married. You have to have kids and all. Per city, per state. We all know the census of how many African Americans are here in America. They're like 40 million or something like that. So 40 million, let's just start off there. Like, hit, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, hit, share, subscribe. So 40 million times I suck at this. Let's just say oh, okay, cool. So that's 24 million. So what am I doing wrong? Oh, 40. So that was about 40 million. Let's start there. Hold on 1 second. 2.4 trillion. 2.4 trillion. That's going to be per, and I said 600 per family, even though they're not going to even get 600,000 per family. They're going to probably get 4,000, a little bit more or less, but that's better than not getting anything at all. But when it comes to providing checks for families, what are they going to use that money for? That money is going to go right back into the hands of white folks. Let's just keep that real. Let's just keep that real. Let's keep that basic. I would rather have land. So in case somebody would purchase, and I said this before, it's just in case somebody wants to build an infrastructure there, they're going to have to go through us, and we can build money that way. Money will keep transferring in once institutions have been built, and they constantly have to keep paying us rent. They're going to have to pay us rent. And this is where wealth adds up. This is where wealth comes in. He's not for reparation. He's not for or against, let's just say that. He's not for or against. He's not stupid as to recognize that the people are going to end up in the same position that we are now. We're going to end up in the same position, y'all, if it comes to money. But not many people are going to care. So let's continue.
If black people start winning, if we get reparations and we start winning and we start having positive things, it puts people like Umar and those just like him, hustlers like him, it puts them out of business because they have nothing to promote to us.
What?
Umar Johnson makes his living off of pushing the struggle and pushing the things that we struggle with. And he makes money off of us.
Pushing the struggle. When he talks about people, why do you think they have venues? After every lecture that I've been to, there have been venues. I have bought books. I have bought clothes. I have bought jewelry at venues. And people have bought shoes at his lectures. What the hell are you talking about, sir? Sir, are you really serious right now? I think you need to put down the mic. That's what I think you need to do.
And he gets popular off of it, and he goes on the podcast to podcast talking about what's wrong and what's happening to black people. If we were to win and not have these problems, there would be no need for Umar.
What are you winning? What are you winning? Nothing. If we were to, I don't do ifs. What are we winning as black people in America? What? Where are your grocery stores? Where are your grocery stores? Where are your schools? Where are your institutions? Where are they? This is what he asks about you every single day. Why are you texting me? He wants me to stop. Shit. Shouts out to E5. Ooh, it's like ain't no need to go back and forth with these Negroes. Woo! You just text me just a minute ago. It's like, hey, I agree, but I feel the need to, because people ain't gonna take no hints, and people wonder why people are in the same state that they are right now. And again, working with people in Black America, it's sickening sometimes. But I'm not willing to let go just because there are a few rotten eggs in the basket. We're just gonna have to brush her off, dust her off, and keep on going till the tires fall off. Shouts out to Umar. Shouts out to Ifatunde for that. Oh man, shouts out to Ifatunde for that. Brother just came out with a text. And see, that's another thing. You act like Umar doesn't watch I don't know if he watches all the time, and I know he doesn't watch all the time, but he watches every now and then, seeing what people say about him. I don't think he would be beneath that. I think he would be beneath all that. Not everybody deserves any attention. Not everybody deserves attention. Not everybody. So, and another person stressed to me that people in sectors like this, you're not going to get as much attention as you are if you were in a different community whose ideas are the exact same as yours. You got too many people who are bitching and complaining about a glass of milk being spilled, like that lady up there. I don't know the lady. She's on TikTok. I don't know specifically know the lady, but I know she's slandering in the mother. But let me continue with this, and I'm gonna show you some old footage of this Negro, Lennon Honor, yapping about something that heterosexuals shouldn't be yapping about.
Umar Johnson and anybody else like him, because that's how he makes his money and his popularity. You see, she's absolutely right.
Because at the end of the day, Dr. Umar is so calculative, and he's such a textbook serial narcissist to where he knows that Black people psychologically is weak. He knows that.
Get ready for an in-demand career with Penn Foster's online.
Who cares?
So he uses that to ponder on y'all. He uses that to keep that money flowing. He ain't gonna never open that school. If you don't believe me, come back to this
the
video
money
5 years from now.
Like she said, he uses it, everybody, to keep the money flowing, just like that.
Tell the truth.
Keep it flowing. You see?
I guarantee you it'll fucking age well, and it'll sit well with me. I guarantee you that. I don't have no reason to bash Dr. Umar for nothing. I used to be the biggest Dr. Umar fan.
Bullshit.
The biggest Dr. Umar supporter. I have cashed out Dr. Umar plenty of times.
Y'all say that. Y'all, I used to do this. I used to do that. But he stole from my grandmama back in 2012. He was collecting cash apps in 2012. No, I'm sorry. He was collecting cash apps in 2010, 2009. See how hypocritical this shit is? Y'all can't even keep y'all dates and y'all facts straight. Just because it may be factual to you doesn't mean it's the facts. Y'all can't even keep your date straight. In 2013, I guarantee you, in 2013, he was collecting cash apps because he said he wanted to start up a school in 2009. What the fuck is going on here? And I'm used to this. I'm used to people doing all this, scaling away from the content. But as soon as Dr. Umar proves his worth by at first it started off with a couple of books. Then it started off with the school. I said, school's right there. It's like, he ain't gonna come up with those school. He ain't gonna take our money and run. School right there in Wilmington, Delaware. Is this all you got? He ain't got no windows in them schools. Had the window up in the school. He had tent in the, so much so that he put up tent in that window. He put up some tent in those windows. But had to put the wood back up because somebody wanted to be arrogant and throw a brick through that window. One of the windows. See what I mean? Y'all don't deserve shit. Y'all don't deserve nothing, yo. Gonna burn books in what used to be a gymnasium that had water all over that gymnasium on the floor. Dr. Johnson did his due diligence. Y'all don't talk about none of that shit. So fuck y'all. Y'all don't deserve nothing. Nothing at all.
Plenty of times. And I thought to myself, I woke up one day, I said, wait a minute. Something ain't right about this brother.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is, before y'all come up under my post with that bullshit, go back, go look at the receipts. Look at how long Dr. Umar been running this shit. And ask yourself, okay, if he can't seem to get the school open, then what can he do temporarily to help these little black boys? And again, he's going around the country to different HBCUs to talk to, the community, which is fine. But
that's because people summon him. People summon him to talk to people in the schools, and they pay him well for that.
Ask yourself, what is he actually doing?
I just showed you 2 clips, ma'am. I just showed you 2 clips. Now I can show you more, but there's one in particular one that I want to show you, but yet I can't even find that particular video. And besides, I got too many people in my ear saying, why are you even messing with these clowns? I got too many people in my ear. I got people texting me, and friends of his. I got too many people saying, why are you even interacting with these people? Why are you and they get mad at me. They get mad at me for doing interactions with people like him. Information man. Why would I do that? These people are no good. And I said, hey, it's content. But I'm starting to think you're right. I'm starting to think you're right because it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until he opens up the school, and it's not going to even matter because if he does open up the school and puts a whole bunch of teachers in there, Information Man is not going to come out with any of that shit. He is not. He is not. He's not going to say, I was wrong. Congratulations, Umar Johnson, for finally, after 11, 12 years, opening up the school. Hey, Efi, I would sell this. Efi, this is just me. I'd sell the school to EE and go to Africa somewhere. Go to Africa. Because these people here in the United States, here in the United States, some more than others, don't even appreciate anything that Black people do if they're not under government. If you're above government and if you're above all this shit, if you're the type of person that is not underneath it's not under the matrix per se, then you're not doing right by Black people because Black people are for government. If you want something done, the government can help us. The government can help us. Bullshit. Look at where we are at right now. Look at it. Look at the result of what we're going through right now. High ass rent. High ass food prices. Some of us can't even get food stamps for more than $100. What are we talking about here? And you got the nerve to go after these women who are independent. Make it make sense. No, you need to be underneath a man. No, they don't. No, they do not need to be underneath you. They need to be underneath God, but not you. Who the hell are you? These niggas here.
Ask yourself that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I say the same thing to everybody in the
talk shit like he normally does. Yeah, just talking shit like he normally does. I don't have a problem with the brother. It's just he does good content. He's just wrong about this here.
Chat room. Can you ask yourself what is he actually doing other than going on podcasts throughout the social media and running his mouth? He's very good. He's a very good orator. He can talk to anybody about the problems that black men and black women face. And when you listen to him talk on the Art of the Dialogue or any of these podcasts that he's come on, whether it be Vlad TV, any of these podcasts, we got to be honest. He sounds powerful. He makes statements that are true as it relates to the things that black people struggle with. But that's all it is. After that is just talk. He's spending all that time talking about those things, yet he's not living up to what he's been telling black people that he was going to do for years now, and he hasn't done anything. He's just a talker. He has not done anything.
You yourself are very, very, I want to be polite when I say this. You're very hypocritical, but yet when it comes to you picking up the phone, my brother, and actually calling this brother to say, what can I do to help you? That's non-existent. That is very non-existent. Just like I told the other brother, and I had no smoke for nobody, but just like I told that other brother that came up here yelling and screaming and all this other shit, it's like after a while they got calm and it's like, well, help him. Help him. If he says he's to the finish line, then let's put him at the finish line. Let's just put him there. Not too much like right. I remember you had that argument with D. Durrell. I remember that argument with D. Durrell. You was hypocritical then, just like you're hypocritical now, but still love you.
At all that has benefited black people. Here's another example when he was talking to Father David, who he ended up disrespecting Father David on his own podcast, and a black woman called up, and what she revealed is what we need to all realize is that Umar Johnson doesn't really like black people. That's the
No, okay. This is why I can't take you serious no more. He don't like black people. Okay, cool. Okay, okay, that's funny. I think I've heard him say that he contributed to Dr. Umar in the past. Yeah, $5. Yeah, $5. $5. Cool. So you had another brother on your panel that no. I didn't have anybody in my family. I've just been doing this a cappella. I've been doing this a cappella. And I'm just about done. I'm just about done. And I got to cook dinner for the family.
The myth. But he particularly doesn't like black women. He's very disrespectful. If you've heard him over the
Lennon Honor talks. Let me just skip to that. And let's see. Let me just skip this here because it's just about time for talk is over. The time for talk is over. Talk about shockumentaries.
This nigga was deal with them gay alligators about you. See what we gonna do right now is y'all see this motherfucking video right here on your screen. You see Lenny Lynn. That's not a video that men should make. The size matter. The truth about wee sizes. This motherfucker, niggas don't sit around and talk about wee sizes. You see Lenny Lynn, I need to click on that motherfucker, and you know how YouTube, when you go to a video and shit, and the shit start playing, in the front, to give you a motherfucking preview and shit. I'm expecting to see the motherfucking, to see his wife or some shit up there with him. No, this nigga was discussing wee sizes. Now, that video is a video that only can be made by women. The size matter. The truth about wee sizes. Hey, player. Look here, nigga. The only motherfuckers that can make that video is women and motherfuckers who had one up in them before. What the fuck is you worried about wee sizes for? You need to address these motherfucking alligators, nigga. These alligators ain't going no fucking where until you address them, alright?
Shouts out to Speakeasy for this one. Shouts out to Speakeasy. You did awesome work.
I think you in trouble today, little nigga.
Because I'm sexy with mines. Okay, I'm very sexy with. My wife told me I'm very sexy with mine.
The fuck you say? The fuck is?
I'm very sexy with mines. I'm very. What is wrong with this dude, yo?
Let my ass coming in, shit. I've been waiting on my ass for a long time.
Whoa! Oh, whoa!
Okay, I just be in the bathroom, just in the mirror, looking back.
Didn't your dumb ass say that on YouTube?
Checking your reflection and telling your best friend, like, girl, I think my butt getting big.
Magnificent.
What the fuck you so tickled about? What the fuck is you laughing at?
You getting there, bro. Just keep eating. Keep eating and sitting.
You counterproductive, degenerate motherfucker.
You gonna cry in the car.
Oh, don't cry now, motherfucker. They ain't fucking alligators no more. This shit is facts. Shit. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to pay close.
Oh, I would show more. I would show so much more. Oh, it's time to go and cook dinner for the family. It's time to cook dinner for the family. Now, again, I don't have anything against Information Man. I don't. I just think he's a little bit wrong, and I can get a little bit outrageous sometimes. But I just think enough is enough. Just enough is enough. Let him crash and burn his damn self. If you feel that he's a failure, let him crash and burn on his own. You don't have to talk about him all the time. I know what sector you're. I know what sector you on. I know what sector you on. But I review you as the smart ones. I review you as one of the brothers that when I see your videos, I mean, you remind me of somebody I can look up, right? But I think this is just going a little too far. And I know I could be a little animated, but put yourself in his position Put yourself in his position. What would you do? Oh, I already know. You would probably go to the white man's bank, get as much money as you can, and start replacing stuff, and then have to pay back the banks later. I understand. I understand. You wouldn't start no Pan-African school. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. You wouldn't even call it FBMG, Marcus Garvey, the Frederick Douglass or Marcus Garvey Academy. You wouldn't call it that. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. And people started leaving when I was putting up receipts of Lennon Honor acting a damn fool. Comes to show you how many people pay attention. I just can't listen. If he doesn't open up this school next month or the following month, and he's decided to open it up next year, because again, what can he do? What can he do? If they say no, what else can he do? But hopefully be hopeful next year or next year. Be hopeful that the school can open with some adjustments that he's going to have to make. But in order for him to try and open up now, he's going to need help. And if you're not willing to help him, then fine. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. People been waiting for a long time for the school, for a black school over. Yes, they have. And I don't shit on anybody else's school that they made or they designed or built or whatever. I don't do that. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I haven't done it then. I'm not going to do it now. But I am going to graduate. Umar has not shitted on any black school that's open in the past 30 years or so. He just wants more. You're not getting where he's coming from and don't want to get it. It would be nice if you had a one-on-one conversation with him, but that's just too much like right. But we get you. We got you. We got you. Anytime you want to have anytime you would like to have, if you see this video and if you like to have a conversation, we can definitely have a conversation. We can definitely have that conversation. But until then, I got to sign off now. Deuces.